Hello and welcome to another hard sudoku by my Chinese supplier. I guess it's not a Chinese supplier, it's a Vietnamese supplier of photocopies. And as usual, I think that the puzzles are Chinese made because they have Chinese lettering. That, of course, could also mean that they come out of Singapore. It doesn't really matter where they come from. I kind of like them because they feel non-standard and they often have some surprising little features that makes solving them very pleasant. So let's start with this one. There's a one coming up here and a one coming up here, blocking like so. This one blocks over here, so this is the one. One of these must be an 8. And of course, I'm just now noticing these two sevens blocking here and the 7 blocking down here, making this a 7. And I'm noticing these two sevens, they force a 7 to go here or here. This 7 forces a 7 to go here or here. So we need to find a 7 for row 2, and clearly it can't go here, here, or here. This 7 prevents it from going here as well. Therefore, it must go here. Now we got a 3 blocking over here, a 3 blocking over here, and a 3 blocking down here. And that means that a 3 must go here. 3 blocking here, 3 blocking here, 3 blocking here, 3 blocking here. Before I continue, I should add that I'm not the one who is saying that these are easy, medium, hard, very hard, evil, difficult, diabolic. It's not my grading. This is a category chosen by the publisher always. I will never say that a puzzle is hard or difficult until I've solved it. So until I have solved it, I will have to make do with the classification by the publisher. In this case, they say this is a hard puzzle and it has a target solving time of 32 minutes. That said, I'm looking at these threes here, blocking here, the 3 blocking up here. This is now a 3. We got an 8 and an 8 here blocking down here. We've got this 8 blocking across. That makes this an 8. One of these must be an 8 now, and one of these, because we have this 8 blocking across here, right? I always, or let's say I almost always look at something like this pattern, and I say, okay, a 3, 4, 5, 7. Where can I find a 3, 4, 5, and a 7 in these squares? Because clearly they can't go in these squares, so they must somehow find homes in these squares. We already have a 3, 8, and a 7 here, but look, this 4 blocks this square, therefore a 4 must go here. And that in turn gives me, now that we found this 4 and we have this 8 coming over here and we have the 8 coming up here, we know that this square must be an 8. And therefore one of these two must be an 8. And one of these two must be an 8. And one of these two must be an 8. So because we have an 8 possibility here, 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 and here, the only two squares in column 4 where we can have an 8 are going to be these two squares. And by the way, in column 8, because of these two 8s, these two squares also can contain an 8. The 7 blocks up here, and therefore this must be a 7. These two 7s block here. These two 7s block here, making this a 7. We need one more 7. Here is blocked, here is blocked, here is blocked, here is blocked by 7s. So the last 7 of this puzzle must go here. We have a 3 and a 3 here blocking like so, and we have a 3 here and here blocking like so, making this a 3. The 9 blocks here, this 9 blocks here, therefore a 9 for this box and for column 7 must go here or here. So therefore these squares are blocked by a ghost 9 here. This square is blocked by this 9, therefore this must be a 9. We need a 1 for column 9. It clearly can't go here, and it also can't go here because of this 1 blocking. So this is the 1. Now one of these two squares must be a 1. And because these two squares block here, one of these two squares must be a 1. So we have one candidate in these 4 squares. That means that for column 1 and box 4, a 1 will have to go here or here. We need to find a 2, 5, and a 6 for these 3 squares. There's a 5 here blocking these 2 squares, therefore this must be a 5. We got 2 5s blocking down here now, and therefore this must be a 5. We've got this 5 blocking here, this 5 blocking here, so one of these must be a 5. We also have this 5, so all of these squares are blocked from being a 5. Therefore, one of these must be a 5. We can easily figure out what this square is going to be because we know what these 3 squares must be. They must be a 2, 6, and an 8. And therefore, this must be a 9. And the 9 here blocks down here, the 9 here blocks over here, so this is a 9. And one of these now must be a 9. And I seem to remember that we talked about which other digit had to go in one of these two squares, or maybe we didn't. No, I was thinking about the 2's here, blocking over here, so no. But in any event, one of these must be a 9. These, of course, must be a 2 and a 6 because those are the 2 remaining values in this row. And therefore, this must be a 1. Now one of these must be a 1. Ah, yes, now I remember. One of these must be a 1 and the other must be a 9 because we got a 1, 9 here. We got a 1, 9 here, so one of these must be a 1 and the other must be a 9. And I do remember that I said that one of these must be a 1. And since we now have this 1, we know that this can't be a 1. Therefore, this must be the one that we were looking for. For these two squares, we need to have a 4 and a 6. There's a 4 blocking here, so this is a 4. And this, therefore, must be a 6. These two must be a 2 and an 8. Therefore, these must be a 5, 6, and a 9. These still have to be a 2 and a 5. 5, 5. One of these is a 5, yes. One of these is a 5. Let's look at these 3 squares. They have to be a 2, 8, and a 6. There's a 6 here. So one of these is a 6. One of these is a 6. 2, 4, 5, and a 6 for these 4 squares. This is a 2, 5. So a 4 and a 6. Also not quite clear. That's funny. Okay, let's see here. We've got a 4 blocking over here and a 4 blocking up here. So one of these is a 4. Therefore, one of these is a 4, and this cannot be a 4. So we remember we had the 1 9 here, so this is a 2 6 and this is a 2 6. Aha, if this is a 2 6, yeah, I get it now. A 4 can't go here, a 4 can't go here because of this 4, a 4 blocks here, so this is a 4. I think that's what I needed to set me straight. 2 5 and a 6 now for these. 2 5, we know that. 2 can't go here. No, no, not yet. Let's look at these 3 squares. A 9, 6, and a 5. Ha, we got a 5 and a 6 in the row, so this must be a 9. And this is now a 5 and a 6, and this is a 5 or a 6. These two 9s block here, and this 9 blocks here, making this a 9. 2, 4, 5, 8 for these 4 squares. There's a 4, and then we know that this is a 2 or a 5. And we know that this can't be a 5. So one of these is an 8, but we knew that. One of these is a 2, and the other one must be a 6. It still doesn't really compute, does it? 2, 8, 2, 8, 2, 8, not 2, 8. Remember, unique rectangle. But I'm not going to use that little piece of information. I want to solve this using logic alone. Oh, but wait, I'm not paying attention to myself. One of these is a 1, the other is a 9. I think we've established that a long time ago. We got a 2 blocking here and a 2 blocking here. Therefore, this must be a 2. And therefore, this must be a 2. And one of these is a 2, but we knew that. So this must be a 2, right? Now this must be a 2 and this must be an 8. I think we are getting somewhere now. Because now this is an 8 and this is a 6. Now one of these is a 6 because we've got a 6 blocking here and we got a 6 blocking here. So if one of these is a 6 blocking here, then this must be a 6. And this therefore must be a 2. And we know we had a 2 coming out over here and a 2 coming up here. So one of these is a 2 now. The other one is a 5, remember? And one of these is a 2 and this is a 2 or a 5. So far, so good. These two squares must be a 2 and a 4. And we have a 2 in the row. Therefore, this must be a 4 and this must be a 2. Now, this cannot be a 2, 5 anymore. It must be a 5 because we have this 2 in the block. So this is a 5 and this is a 2. Now we got all the 3s and all the 7s. We still need to find a 2. Where is that going to go? They're going to go here because we got these 2s blocking here. So this is a 2. And that is the last 2 of this grid. These have to be an 8 and a 6. We got a 6 in the row. So this is an 8 and this is a 6. And therefore this is a 6. These two now must be a 5 and a 1. They'll have to wait. But these two don't have to wait. They have to be an 8 and a 4. We got an 8 in this row. So this is a 4 and this is an 8. And these two have to be a 5 and a 6. The 5 blocks here. So this is a 6. This is a 5. This is a 5. And one of these must be a 6. The other one must be a 4. We got a 4 in the column. So 6 here, 4 here, 6 here. Last digit in this column has got to be a 5. Now this is a 5. This is a 1. And therefore this is a 1. Therefore this must be a 9. This is the last digit and it has got to be a 9. There you go. We solved it. It was a hard puzzle according to the publisher. It's not important what I think. What's important is that we have fun solving it. And I had fun solving it. And I hope that you enjoyed it as well. Thank you for watching and bye for now.